Okay, so here is your zine folding demo. I'm gonna try and do it right this time. So this is what your zine is gonna look like when it's all attached. You're gonna need just one piece of tape right here between to repair and to be paranoid. But this is gonna be the first page. So the flip side of this should be the title. That's what you wanna see. The first thing you're gonna do is fold these along the grid lines that are showing up. So that will make the cutting much easier. So go ahead and start folding along each of these crease lines. Yours will be bigger than this. This is my little 8.5 by 11 test. So I'm not wasting a bunch of paper, just accidentally messing up folding. So I'm going to really make sure that edge is lined up. I also trimmed this a little off, but that's okay. It's okay, that's why it's a test. And then I'm gonna fold the edge into the first grid line. And with every crease, I'm kind of going through with my fingernail and really making sure that it is really nice and convinced to crease. I'm gonna keep bringing this over, folding it there. I'm gonna flip it over, do the same thing on this side. And right there. And then the very middle, so folding it exactly in half. And the precision of speech and folding really does matter here. So take your time and make sure it's folded correctly. If it is not, it will mess up the final book and make it look like it is sloppily done, and we don't want that. So make sure you really take the time to line up your edges, to crease really clean lines. So just this folding this direction should take probably just like 2 minutes. Like it doesn't have to take very long. And then I'm also gonna get the horizontal folds. So there should just be 2 on each paper, folding from the outside into that first fold. Fingernail creasing, doing the same thing on the other side. I'm always flipping it, so I'm kind of using my dominant hand to really make sure the edges are aligned. Kind of similar to rotating a drawing, so you're always pulling your tool toward your palm because that's where you have the most control. Okay, so this one's all creased and ready to go. You can check the back and make sure it's all folded. Do the same lateral creases. Oh, I already did that on this one. Perfect. Okay, so this is the page I'm going to start with. So I'm going to line up these, not on that one, but on the others where there's the heart and to repair, to care and to repair. And I'm gonna take a piece of tape. I'm gonna masking tape this just so you can see it super clearly, but you will use transparent Scotch tape and you will use it on the back. So I want you to check. You're gonna look for to repair and, ooh, good catch, not that. You're gonna look for to repair and to be paranoid. Those are the 2 that the heads are gonna be going toward each other. You can think about that, they're the only 2 heads like that. So they're gonna be butting heads. So when you find those 2, you're gonna align them, you're gonna flip it over, and you're gonna tape the back so that they are joined just like that. I'm gonna try and line up the tape so it's right at that edge, and it's okay if it goes over, because if it does, and I would try and do that tape straight. Let's see if it'll forgive me and come up a little bit. Masking tape is a little more forgiving. So I'm gonna line it up on the edge, and then I'm gonna make it go straighter. That's better. And then you can just trim whatever excess of tape. Don't fold it over to the other side. Just go ahead and trim it. Okay, so here we are. Now you're gonna make your first cut. This is already, I guess, kind of your first. So you're gonna make your first / second cut, and you're gonna cut in from this first page. So where the list of verbs is, you're going to snip, snip in along this long crease until you get to your last page. When you get to your last fold here, you're gonna stop and do not cut this last joint. If you cut that, it's just gonna all be in strips. We're trying to make a kind of zigzag pattern across this so that it is able to fold. So I've cut this, I'm gonna flip the whole thing around and I'm gonna cut in from this side now and stop right there. So I'm going to follow that fold crease. I'm going to go in and in and in until I hit that, and I'm gonna stop. So you can see it's starting to make, now it's a W, that's good news. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna say, okay, this one is taped. So this one is closed. I'm gonna open the next one. So between to be paranoid and to discover, I'm going to cut in here. Again, being careful to not leave a bunch of hatching like spurs of paper. Trying to make clean cuts, and I'm gonna stop right when I get to that crease. So it's like this, that's looking good. And then I'm gonna have one more. So I closed this side, I opened this, I'm gonna leave this one closed. I'm gonna flip it around and open this last joint and leave this one closed. Okay, so now I have my zigzag. Huzzah! The next step is gonna be folding, and you've already made your creases, so this folding is gonna go much faster and easier than otherwise would have, but it still has a few little points that are a little tricky. So first thing, you're gonna fold this over because this is the way you open a book, right? So regardless of which way this fold is trained, you're gonna train it this way. And then you're gonna fold the next one back, the next one forward, back, forward. Here, on this one, it makes sense, it's intuitive, you're just gonna fold this one down and then fold this one across, in, forward, in. This one is less intuitive. This one you have to fold back and then over. La-di-da. This one you also have to fold this way, over. This one you have to fold back. So when there is text to text, that means you're gonna have to fold it back, up and under. When there is image to image, you're gonna have to fold it from the top down. Make sense? And then you just keep going until the very end. And ta-da, there is your zine. Oh my goodness, look at all those little accordion folds. So fun, you can flip through, see all of the little dry point prints that you all made that are so incredible. And then you can let it stack. It might be a good idea, I think we're gonna try and stack these under some books this week so that they kind of train to lay flat and don't kind of spring up too much. But there is your accordion fold book. Congratulations, you folded it. Huzzah!